Welcome to the Tanina Rose and Maggie Rose show. Enchash Nanaktush and Kukushin, Lilwa Uskan, Statlium Kan Ucwalmicwts, Ucwalmicwts Tanina Williams. Welcome to the Tanina and Maggie Rose show.
Oh, yeah. My name is Maggie Rose Tanse. And I come from the lands of the north, the south, the east, and the west. Travelers. I come from a lineage of travelers, which is why I'm holding this rose made out of cedar, because it's in the shape of circles, which reminds me when I was a child and we traveled and saw flowers. You're all like dragonflies. Zoom, 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 zoom. Everywhere. They're here. They're gone. Oh, that's okay. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Mr. Paul. Was it Paul? Oh,
yes, it's Paul.
Your name's so small in the corner. There it is.
Get the honor of meeting Paul Lorette, and I will get Paul to introduce himself. And yeah, go ahead, Paul.
Okay, well, thanks. It's so great to be here with you both. And my name is Paul Lorette, and I'm the assistant superintendent here in the school district. And I have been here for about 20 years, and I've known Tanina for a number of years, and it's just such a pleasure to work with her. And I'm a big fan of her YouTube channel, and I try to watch it as much as I can when I get the chance. Yeah, so it's a pleasure to be here with you.
Yes, Tanse.
I just put out 4 new videos on my YouTube channel.
My goodness.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about that. Wow. It's so good to have you here. And Miss Maggie Rose, can you introduce yourself?
Oh, wow, yeah. My name is Maggie Rose Tanse. And I come from the lands of the north, the south, the east, and the west. Travelers. I come from a lineage of travelers, which is why I'm holding this rose made out of cedar, because it's in the shape of circles, which reminds me when I was a child and we traveled and saw flowers. I could keep going.
That's so cool. I just love it. Like, I'm so glad to be here too. And I know everybody not everybody knows me too. So I'm Tanina Williams, and Miss Maggie Rose and I are co-hosting the show. And we have a few questions for you. Paul, where are you from?
Okay, well, it's interesting when Maggie Rose says she comes from the east and the west and the north and the south. I actually come from the east. So I grew up in New Brunswick on the east coast of the traditional territory of the Mi'kmaq people. And it's a beautiful place. It's near the ocean. I grew up in a place called Moncton. And I used to spend a lot of time at the beach as a child, and traveling to Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia, and just such a beautiful part of the world. And when I was just after I started teaching and I became a teacher, I moved to British Columbia, and I moved to a place called Terrace, which is in northern British Columbia, and also not right on the ocean, but close to the ocean. So it's always been, I guess, important to me to be close to the ocean. So now here I am again, close to the ocean. So yeah, so I come from the East Coast, and I still love it there, but I love it here too now. British Columbia has become home.
Oh, I have a question, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
So the east, I see crashing waves and lots of My dog is growling there. His name is Sunny. Sunny, you interrupted me. I'm seeing crashing waves and a ship. Do you have a boat? Did you ever come from? I don't know. Do boats mean anything in your life?
Well, that's amazing that you would ask me that question, because yes, I do have a boat. I didn't have a boat when I lived on the East Coast, but I have a boat here. I have a sailboat, and it's one of the things that I love to do is go sailing in this beautiful place, this beautiful part of the world, with my family and friends. So yes, and hopefully not too many crashing waves when we do that. But yes, we love spending time on the water.
Yeah, the east is the crashing waves. West, now that's the smooth waves,
Smooth
land
waters.
waves. Oh,
Yeah.
That's such a, I'm so glad to know that about you, because like I love the ocean. I feel like there's a vibrancy there, so whenever I don't hardly ever get out into the ocean, but when I do, I just like, I feel alive. I feel like, oh, I feel lightness, and I love being, I canoe a lot. So we know what your favorite thing to do is, but who are the favorite people you like to do those things with?
Oh, that's a really good question. So, well, my favorite people, of course, are my family. So I have a partner, my wife, Catherine, and I have two amazing children, Brad and Margot, and they're both going to school right now. They're in university, and so they don't get to come on the boat as much as they used to when they were here. But we also like to take our friends out with us as much as we can and spend time with our friends on our boat. Last year, I invited some of the people I work with here at the school district, like Chris and some other people you might be talking to today, and we went for a sail. So it's great to share those things that we love to do with people that we like to be with.
when you're on the ocean, you feel the earth. I mean, when you're on the land, you feel the earth, of course. And I recommend to take off your shoes. That's why children take off their shoes, because they can feel the earth. But when you're on the ocean, oh, you are with nature and the mother. Now I want to get on a boat. Now, it also reminded me of just something to share. Just have this here, because from the ocean comes the sea turtle. Now, there she
Mm.
is.
Oh,
There she is.
wow.
The sea turtle. Well, you know that this whole land, even though we give it different names like, Canada, Alaska, States, it's really known as the Turtle Island. There she goes.
Mm.
Have you ever seen whales?
Yes, we have. We saw some orcas
Quanish, whale.
several years ago, close here to Squamish. And then last summer we saw a humpback whale.
Quanish, whale.
Tanina. Maybe. Oh, maybe this is not time for storytelling. That's why I have the rose to remind me.
Well, yeah, like we really want to learn more about Paul as well, because now I'm curious. Paul, do you have any pets?
Do I have any pets? I don't right now. We had a little budgie bird
Spizoza, bird.
as children, but right now we don't have pets.
When you're out on the ocean, though, does any of the sea pups pop up and say hello?
Oh, they visit us all the time. Yeah, the seagulls,
Alleluia, seagull.
the seals, the
Ash, seal. My favorite animal for the sea is a sea otter.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Yeah, we've seen some sea otters too, and they are just so fun to watch.
Alhat's otter. Paul, I was wondering, what are some of the things that you do for our school district?
That's one of my favorite things about this work is working with schools and principals. And that means I get to visit schools and visit classrooms. And I
Mhm.
also work with a lot of teachers and help them with, talking about how they can learn and the things that we can do to support students. Those are some of my favorite things about my job.
Ah,
And you know what, Paul works on these really works alongside teachers, and I've got to work with him as well on these really amazing projects.
can I ask a question, Tanina?
Yes.
I'm just wondering about, you say projects, and now I have many projects. I'm always working on my moccasins here. See, just the beading and then using the great buffalo skin and the furs. Now these are gifts from the land, and these are my projects. And I'm wondering about, well, maybe one or two projects that you work on. Just wondering.
Oh, well, maybe it's something that maybe Paul and I've worked on
Yeah.
in the past, like with Signal Hill.
Oh boy, that's a really great question because some of my favorite things about my job is working on these projects with people, people like Tanina and the teachers I work with. And I've learned a lot about other projects that I haven't worked on. So for example, I know that at Signal Hill, they did such a great project with a pit cook
Hmm.
that Tanina was involved in. And I was lucky enough to be able to see what happened. Another thing that I've worked on and I'm working on now is something called the Four Blankets. That's a project that we're working on so that all students in the school district and every school have a chance to really think about what's important to them in their lives and who are the people who are important to them. So we would like every student to be able to say, who are the people at my school and in my classroom who are important to me? Who are the people at home who are my family who support me? Who are the people in my community who are there for me? What are the things about maybe my culture that are important to me? So those four blankets for all students is a project that we think is really important. And it's been such fun talking to you. I so appreciate this time we've had together. Thank
Oh,
you very much. And I hope we meet again soon.
oh, absolutely. Bye bye.
Bye.
Oh, here we go again. Jumping on to the next one. This is fun.
See you next time. Have a good day.